You remember there was a time when there were some people that were trying to run Michael Young out of town. They were like, Michael Young is a bum. He stinks. He's not good anymore. We need to get rid of him. Blah, blah, blah.
Some people.
There was definitely people. So
not me.
I
was trying my best to keep him here and tell everybody how important he was to the team and that he was still actually good at baseball, but I was not being listened to sometimes.
Not you, Mike Bassick, but I wonder, have we reached that same tipping point with Tyron Smith? Because one of the lead stories on Dallas Morning News is their roundtable about, is it time to start looking for his replacement? And I don't think looking for his replacement is inherently disrespectful. I think that's a fair thing you should start doing. But do you think people appreciate him, or they're like, can we just get him out of here?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was listening to Sean the other day call him,
as you should,
Tyron Porzingis.
Oh,
and no. I was like, that's unfair. Like, this is a dude who's shown up physically as great as he can in a very, very physical sport. And for the most part, it feels like Kristaps typically doesn't show up. And so I didn't think that was fair for everything that Tyron's done in the past. Now, if you're saying, how many is it? 6 straight years now he's missed at least 3 games.
That sounds
something
right.
along those lines. Then I understand that, but man, the dude's body, it's definitely taken a toll. Whereas I look at Kristaps' body and I'm like, I don't think that there's a lot of tread on those tires yet.
So that's the biggest issue.
That's where it started.
He earned his time off.
Yeah.
Whereas KP's like, I'm going to take my time off now.
But in our society of sports, and this goes back to what Schlereth told us whenever Travis Frederick was out. If you're not playing, you're dead to us because you can't help us.
Right.
And so, like, that's where a lot of fans, I think, look at Tyron and they're like, okay, I can't rely on you to be there through the entire game. I can't rely on you to play the entire season. We have to have somebody that can do that. Dude still plays at a very high level. I mean, like, we have lost 2 games, Kevin. Of the 3 that he missed, we lost 2 of them, and actually it may have been both games that he missed we lost. And I understand there were other missing players there too. He's one of your best offensive linemen. He's not what he was. He's not Zach Martin either. But having those 2 guys is your best option on this team. And I think, and I feel like a lot of people are going to look at the injuries at the end of his career and say, well, that's it, man. That's what he was. He was just a broken down piece. Never got us to a championship. Never was part of a championship team. What was he really to this? Because the history of the Cowboys, the great offensive linemen that we look at, remember, we say, well, no matter if Tyron was better than them, they won championships. They're all that matters.
Do you think, though, it is wise to, and I know the Cowboys won't come out and say this, but do you think it's wise, given the track record, that they need to plan as if Tyron is not part of 2022?
Yes.
Like, I'm not saying
Absolutely.
you just phase him out, but you got to plan like that, right?
Yes. If you can find in the draft somewhere your future guy, or if you think Terrence Steele, I don't know if you believe Terrence and Lyle are the options in the future, but man, you got to find somebody that can go in there and be a good left tackle for you for the next 10 years, because those are hard to find. Like that's just simple. It's hard to find a lot of those very quickly if you're not at the top of the draft. So you have to, go through that. And I think the Cowboys looked at it and just said, well, as long as he can try to get out there, we're willing to have him, because what's the term everybody seems to use? 85% Tyron is
supply chain.
Better. Well, the supply chain too.
Okay, sorry.
Is it Jack White that's doing a supply chain tour, by the way, now? I think that's pretty funny. I can also attribute the Cowboys' struggles offensively to the fact that their offensive line is bad right now.
Sure.
And like, you go back and watch the pass protection. I've been watching the pass protection, watching the run blocking. It's not good. And that is one of the things that I just by what I'm seeing with my eyes, something I can attribute. And when Tyron Smith's out, it hurts even more. Whenever he's not on the field, it hurts Dak even more. And what teams have decided, Kevin, this goes to what Kellen Moore's decision is. All right, if you're going to blitz us, we're going to attack the blitz. And Dak can't do that at the moment because of the way teams are playing them. They're not blitzing.